Hello and welcome back to the A Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Amir Hamid. Joined with me today are Brant DeBow and Mauro Cesario. All right, so it's been a little bit since we last came with you for a podcast. Multiple reasons why. Mauro, you want to explain to them why we haven't come back with an episode?
Yes, 100%. Let's clear the air here. So we had it scheduled for a New Year's Eve edition. Great little thing we had. And went well. Had about an hour and a half of footage. And, some retard decided to completely botch up his audio file when sending it to Brant so we could all mesh it together. And without saving it as a Audacity file project, we lost my end of the footage, so it would have been just blaring gaps of me not being able to speak for more than half of the entire podcast.
Yeah, good on you, kid.
Here we are back today.
And it was a great podcast too. We were talking about the UFC reaction to that. We talked about the NFL playoffs and the implications of Week 17. We talked about the college football playoffs. It was great stuff. Canada was in the World Juniors. You know what?
We're still happy about Canada being here, which was great.
If that episode came out, Canada would probably still be in the World Juniors.
Yeah,
it's actually all Mauro's fault.
Don't worry, Maxime. I'll take the blame.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we have a busy weekend heading up. By the time you're listening to it, some of these playoff games have probably kicked off. But we're still going to go through, and we're going to go through a bracket, which we did last week. But we'll do it again for you guys. Are you guys good with that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to be the butt of all jokes today. Don't worry.
We've only Charger. Never mind. There's some more.
All right. So let's start off with in the AFC and Indianapolis, Houston.
Who wants to start it?
I'll start.
All right, I'll go. Okay, go Mauro. No,
I'm gonna take the Texans. Defense wins championships, and nobody's a better edge rusher than J.J. Watt or Khalil Mack. So if it's one of those two, I'm gonna go with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna also go with Houston. They're at home. They're only a one point favorite, which is kind of surprising. But Andrew Luck seems to be back, so I think it'll be a really good game. But I see Houston eking this one out. I just trust Deshaun Watson. In big time moments. He's done it all his career, dating back to college. And I think that down the stretch, he'll make enough big plays so that Houston will take the victory.
Yeah, clean sweep across the board because I think Deshaun Watson's just too good, man. I don't think they'll lose that game with him at the helm.
Which is crazy because Andrew Luck is probably a better quarterback.
Yeah.
Deshaun is just... He's got that it factor where I think that Luck just doesn't have it.
No.
I mean, credit to the Colts. They really built around their O-line this year. And, you could tell, the dividends have paid. You see how much better of a season Andrew Luck can have when he actually has an O-line. He was, top 3 for touchdowns, top 10 in yards.
And that's the thing. They've spent, first-round picks on their offensive line 2 of the last 3 years with Ryan Kelly and then this year with Quentin Nelson. Yeah. So, and the thing is, Ryan Kelly's never been healthy enough and never performed enough so that he could be the guy that he showed he could be at college. So now you have 2 bookend guys at your guard and left guard position.
Yep.
And that was really the problem with pressure. It wasn't outside pressure. It was all inside coming towards Luck. So now that they have that short up, I think it's probably the closest game of the weekend.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
All right, moving on. Baltimore has San Diego. San Diego has the Los Angeles Chargers coming in. Has the Los Angeles Chargers coming in. Baltimore is a 3.5 point favorite.
Baltimore's a favorite.
Well, because it's in Baltimore.
It's in Baltimore.
So basically, when it's a 3 point favorite, that's basically it's a pick 'em if it was on a neutral site. But because it's in Baltimore, they give them 3 points basically.
I think that's a Chargers game to win, man. Regardless of the favorite, I just think that team's pretty good this year.
Yeah, if you told me that the Chargers can make a Super Bowl run, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
The one scenario in the AFC is I just don't believe that Lamar Jackson can hoist the Lombardi Trophy this year.
He's not ready.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that he's not ready.
He'll probably
it's
make
just
me eat those words, but
like I just don't picture him making enough passes to take them to the promised land.
He runs the ball a lot.
I'm going to take the Ravens, though. I'm going to take the Ravens just based on defense. And
they have a really good defense.
Aren't they the best in the league this year?
It was either them or the Bears that had the fewest amount of points allowed for the season.
Yeah, I think it was Baltimore.
Yeah. I mean, I think this will be a close one, too. Probably a lot more low scoring. I don't know, probably won't get more than 35, 40 points in my opinion, but
I think this is the best opening weekend that we might have had for the playoffs. Like every game is intriguing as hell. Like no one's really a big favorite. Like the biggest favorite I see is Philadelphia, is Chicago against Philadelphia, and they're a 6.5 point favorite. Yeah. But I mean, Philly could win that game because like Nick Foles' magic is real. Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can see Baltimore. I can see every team winning. That's the crazy thing, which is why it makes it so intriguing. So
Baltimore is number 1 in defense, ahead of the Bills. Bills are sitting number 2.
That's just because the Bills' offense is so bad.
Yeah.
That they just.
So it's Ravens, Bills, Bears. But
yeah. That's kind of crazy that the Bills have a defense that's that good.
Well, I mean, even rounding out the top 5 is Minnesota and Jacksonville, so it's like not a lot of great teams. But
okay, so we had Mauro taking Baltimore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Brandon taking the Chargers.
All right. So then,
all right, let's move on to
Seahawks,
Seattle going to Dallas. Dallas is a 2-point favorite.
I think I said Dallas last week.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sticking with that, but I think Dallas just has more weapons than Seattle has.
I think I pretty sure I took Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I just said this exact thing. I'm rooting for Dallas, but I just believe in Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So I think the Bill Simmons podcast did something really interesting, and it was like, which quarterbacks in the playoffs do you trust the most?
Mm-hmm.
And I think 1 was Breeze, and then 2 was Russell Wilson
over Brady,
which I agree. Well, because like it has to deal with like the weapons that you have.
No, okay.
And I think the connection that Wilson has with Tyler Lockett, I mean, he has a perfect passer rating against him right now.
Wow.
To him. Like, that's nuts. And then you have Doug Baldwin, who he's always been good with. I just believe in Russell Wilson more, so I'm going to take the Seahawks in this game.
Yeah. I could see the Seahawks winning it just solely based on Russ.
Yeah. And I just how can you trust Seattle? How can you trust Dallas in big games?
Yeah,
they've never showed you.
Dak was horrible last time they were in the playoffs, weren't they?
When were they last in the playoffs?
They were really good that first year.
When they went 13-3.
Yeah.
Who'd they face?
I don't know. I can look it up, but
either way. But this game is the rematch of. You remember that Tony Romo fumble game in Seattle?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that'll be fun to see. And the funny thing is, it's a Fox game.
Wow.
Oh, I was thinking that Tony Romo was on Fox. Never mind. It's on CBS. It would have been way funnier if.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so
Fox has the NFC.
They lost 34-31 to Green Bay.
Too, actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Seahawks. I'm a Giants fan. I hate the Cowboys. I'm gonna let that play out as my justification for it, but I'm going to say that Dak's going to fumble twice because he always fumbles it, and hopefully that Seattle defense bottles up Zeke for like no more than 80 yards because it's Zeke and he's still going to do Zeke things, but overall, Russell Wilson's objectively a better quarterback and playoff experience, been to 2 Super Bowls, so let's go
If Dallas
Seahawks.
If Dallas is gonna win, Zeke's got to run for like 120, I think.
Yeah, he's
for like 140. And he can because I'm not really scared of that Seattle D line. Their linebackers are always legit with Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright, but It's a really that might be the game of the weekend. Moving on, we have Philadelphia visiting Chicago, where Chicago is a 6.5-point favorite. I'm going to take Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think I took Philly last week too, and I mean I'm kind of starting to go back on that. Is Foles playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like for sure now?
I guess that's the biggest wild factor. Wild factor. I don't know. X factor.
Well, X factor.
Is Nick Foles' health?
Yeah. If he's healthy, then I think they have a strong chance of winning it.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, we know that as of right now he's playing. So unless anything changes, you got to expect that Nick Foles is going to be playoff Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Like it's not any sort of damage or injury to his arms. It's in his abdomen, right? So
yeah, ribs are a tough thing to play with, though.
Yeah, especially for a quarterback, you don't want to get hit on that side.
No,
it's basically keep him upright, and we won't have any problems. Yeah, and Philly has an awesome O-line, so I don't see that being an issue.
No,
hopefully not, at least.
Yeah.
So who are you guys taking?
I'm gonna take the Bears. Again,
fruit.
Tough going up against a top 3 defense. So, I mean, defense wins championships. I'm going to say it again. It's very cliche, but I trust Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson in the safety. I think he's going to get a pick. So
Eddie Jackson may not play. He's questionable, I think.
Oh, that's news. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Philly. I just think Foles pulls some magic out of his ass and wins him one game at least.
Let me look it up to make sure that Eddie Jackson is or is not playing.
I mean, overall, the ground game is gonna be the highlight of all things Bears, because without that, I don't know, people don't really trust Trubisky enough, and it's been well said over the season.
Eddie Jackson's a game time decision,
which means he's playing.
He'll play, yeah.
I think he'll definitely test it. It would be ill-advised to not.
Yeah.
So, that's a big deal. All right, round 2?
Yep.
All right, we all had Houston winning, so then they would face New England.
Ooh.
Okay. Houston, New England. I think that's a good game also. Didn't Houston beat New England earlier in the... No. Let's look that up. While you guys give your opinions on the game.
I took Houston last week, and I'm sticking with it. I just think, what's his name? Deshaun is going to carry that team throughout this run. I just think he's got that clutch factor, and that's kind of what I'm sticking with for him.
Yeah, like this game earlier in the year was a 27-20 New England win. That was week 1.
Oh, that's close. Oh, that was when... Wasn't Deshaun not even playing at that point?
No, he was...
Or he was just coming back off of his ACL?
Yeah.
I just think when he's healthy and ready to play, I don't think you're going to beat him.
Yeah. This one for me was one that I went back and forth because I had done a couple brackets, all of which I had Houston going through, but I think I went 2 for the Patriots, 1 for the Texans, where they went through. So I'm going to go Patriots again just because it's Tom Brady and they're going to be at home.
It's tough to count out the Patriots because they're so good.
Yeah. The X factor here is New England's at home. If it was in Houston, at least it'd be more intriguing. But even in that case, I would still, if I'm going to bet my life, I'm still going to bet it on New England, even as bad as they look right now. Because I think the Josh Gordon injury is or not injury, but the suspension.
Yeah.
I mean, that kills them because what outside receiver, do they have?
Yeah.
They don't. It's Chris Hogan is, your best option.
And he's hit or miss every game, more or less.
Exactly. And Gronk's not Gronk anymore, so it's that is a very fun matchup. Moving on, we have Kansas City, and then we were split. Mauro had Baltimore, and me and Brian had the Chargers. Mauro, go first since you're different.
This one was a really close one. I don't remember what week it was, but they played in the season, and it was like back and forth right at the end. I'm still going to take the Chiefs just because I'm a very big fan of Pat Mahomes. That offense is virtually unstoppable, and Andy Reid's a good enough coach that he can find ways to win through his quarterback. He's got enough weapons, even without, Kareem Hunt. They've been able to find basically buried gold and treasure with Damian Williams. So I think it'll be close, but I'm going to take the Chiefs.
You guys want to hear this joke? There's this comedian on YouTube, Andrew Schultz. He does this podcast with Charlemagne the God called The Brilliant Idiots. And I think on the podcast, I didn't watch the segment, but on one of his podcasts, he said, man, Amanda Nunes should have to fight Kareem Hunt and Ray Rice and stuff. And then we get to watch her kick the shit out of them. I'm like, yeah.
Not wrong.
I'll watch that.
That woman can fight.
Yep. I think this Brand, are you going with Kansas City also?
Yeah, Pat Mahomes is too good, man. I don't think.
Yeah.
And they have the week of rest.
Yep.
I don't see anyone taking down this week.
The one part that could be go in Los Angeles' favor was the fact that Kansas City's defense is awful and the Chargers could just drive every goddamn drive, just go and score.
Yeah.
So that could be an issue in Kansas City if it turns into a shootout where the Chargers' defense is far superior than Kansas City's. So on defense alone, but if the Chargers get a few stops and Kansas City can't keep up with them, then they'll have control of this game. To the NFC. How'd this work out? Me and Bran had Philly winning.
Yep.
So then they would face New Orleans.
New Orleans, baby.
And then Mauro, you had who?
The Bears.
Yeah, but then you had.
And then I had the Seahawks.
Okay.
So I'd have a regular one. You guys would have the 6 playing the 1.
Okay, so then let's go with New Orleans first. And Mauro, let's go with you since you're different.
It would be New Orleans, Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see New Orleans losing that game. That's at home, and
yeah.
I mean, Drew Brees, I think it's his year. He's going to go far enough that he's not going to win MVP, but it's going to be a good enough season that it'll, help him, whatever legacy he hasn't had in the past that people haven't said that he's good enough of a quarterback, it's going to be put to rest this year.
So me and Brant would have New Orleans facing Philadelphia. I don't see any way that New Orleans loses this game.
No.
I think they have a competent to very good defense.
Yeah.
And just
juggernaut of an offense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if Nick Foles Nick Foles would have to be fully healthy for that to even be a game.
Yeah.
And I don't.
In 2 weeks, I don't think he will be.
No. So I think we're all in agreement that New Orleans will go on to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Against the Los Angeles Rams, I have the Seattle Seahawks, and so does Mauro has
I got the Bears.
The Bears, and Brant has the Cowboys.
Jeez.
All three of us got something different here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But we may all have the same result.
Maybe
no,
not.
Mauro's going to take the Bears just because he's stupid.
I kind of went back and forth on this one, too. They played each other in the season. They bottled up Todd Gurley. It was very bad.
Yeah.
It was, atrocious how bad. It was Gurley's worst fantasy day, of the entire season.
27 rushing yards, right?
If there's anybody's defense that knows how to stop Todd Gurley, it's him. And without him basically being the catalyst of that offense, if they take him out of the picture, it could be a close enough game that they could squeak it out. I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to take the Bears going in the NFC Championship.
So I have Seattle against the Rams. Ooh, it's a tough one because like
The Rams
I
haven't been
trust-
great recently.
exactly like it all depends on like how you go into the playoffs and who do I trust more, Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll or Sean McVay and Jared Goff?
Yeah.
And I trust Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson more.
I don't know about Pete Carroll.
Yeah, the coaching
Play calling is
Yeah, I trust Russell Wilson. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
I don't trust Jared Goff
He
right
and he and Deshaun Watson have that it factor
now.
that I
Yeah.
think are very similar.
Yeah.
I want to take the Seahawks. I
Bold move, Cotton.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
don't I haven't given my decision yet. I don't know. I want to take the Seahawks. All right, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take the Seahawks to go on. I think last week I took the Rams for sure,
Yeah.
but on the episode that will never be released, I took the I took
Nobody will ever know.
yeah. I'm gonna take the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna take the Seattle Seahawks
I'm
to
gonna
go
take
on.
the Dallas Cowboys in the game that they're not playing.
Yeah.
I could see the Bears winning that game. I couldn't see the Cowboys. I just think the Bears are the best matchup to win that game. I don't think the Seahawks or the Cowboys take it.
Fair.
But
So you have the Rams moving on because you have Rams Dallas.
yeah, I think the Rams. I don't think the Cowboys put up a fight against the Rams,
Okay, so
despite their struggles. I just think they'll figure it out.
to the AFC Championship game. Me and Mauro have Chiefs Pats. You have Chargers Chargers Chiefs.
I took
Or
the
do you-
Chargers.
Or who did
No.
you take the Pats?
I had Houston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have Houston, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Mauro, how would you go first?
Sure. It's going to be in Kansas City, which I think is going to play a very big part.
Yeah.
If New England gets stops early,
Mhm.
it could change how I think the game will be played because I'm going to take the Chiefs anyway, but if they run up the score early and get their usual 14 points on their first two drives, and then it's going to change the way Tom Brady's going to have to play. And that's kind of been the way things have gone the entire season, where they run up the score and then basically they can't get a run game going because they have to score points quick. So I'm going to go with the fact that the offense, again, is just that good that other teams are just, A, going to have to keep up with them and try and score, or B, just go 3 and outs on all passing plays. So I'm going with the Chiefs to the Super Bowl.
Brantford.
I think it's gonna be a fun game. If it ends up being Houston and Kansas City, because that's two damn good quarterbacks just slinging it for an entire game long, right?
For sure.
I want to say Houston, just because I don't know. I think their defense shuts it down a little harder than KC's, but I don't know. It'll be a good game either way. It'll be close. It's gonna end up being a 34-30 game or something.
Yeah, in your matchup of Houston, Kansas City, I think I would take Houston to win just because they're a more complete team.
Yeah.
I have New England, Kansas City, and I want to take Kansas City, but I just don't bet against the Patriots in the playoffs.
No.
It was 3 years ago. I think it was the year of the Seattle Super Bowl when after that Monday Night Football game in Kansas City, when everyone proclaimed that the Patriots dynasty was over, Tom Brady was washed, and all that. So I think it's a little bit of a revenge factor, but I just believe that Kansas City's such a one-dimensional team that unless their defense has some epiphany in the playoffs, that they're beatable just because they're just not as your offense you can have an A+ offense, but if you have a C or D defense, you can't win a Super Bowl. So that's why I'm going to take the Pats, because I don't trust AD Reid also in big games. I just don't.
No.
So I have New England going on to the Super Bowl. To the NFC Championship game, I have New Orleans, Seattle. Brant, you have who?
New Orleans, LA, I think.
And Mauro, you have Bears.
New Orleans.
Who wants to take theirs on first?
I think it's New Orleans, man. This just seems kind of like, it seems like it's their year. Like, Breeze is playing as best he's ever been. The team around him is pretty good. It's like, I don't think they'll have much of a competition on their way. Especially the Rams. Like, the Rams aren't good enough, man. They can't win the big game.
Uh-huh.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go, Mauro.
Yeah, I've run the Bears far enough into the playoffs that, I mean, they're going to hit a wall eventually. So I'm going to go Drew Brees. It's going to be his year to make the Super Bowl. I mean, they got so many weapons on offense with Kamara and Ingram that they're going to have to pull something off extraordinarily in order to get it done. Saints are at home. I'm going.
They also have, I was going to say, they have home field in your matchup, right?
They have New Orleans has home field throughout the playoffs.
Doesn't LA? I thought LA was the 1 seed.
No, New Orleans.
No, they won against them in the season. They were the one that broke up their perfect record, so they got the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys both have New Orleans going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In the said unreleased episode, I also had New Orleans going to the Super Bowl. I had New Orleans winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I've taken Seattle all the way to the NFC Championship game, and I could look so wrong by tonight.
After they lose to the Cowboys in a couple hours. Yeah.
But I'm gonna take Seattle to go to. I'm gonna take
Jesus.
Seattle to go to the Super Bowl.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Do you want me to release this tomorrow, just in case you don't want to release this, because it's gonna look really stupid at 8 something.
No, come out with it. I'm betting on like wackiness in the playoffs, and like it doesn't always go chalk.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like last year with Philadelphia, who would have thought that?
Yeah, wasn't Philly the 1 seed coming in?
Still, though,
they were without Wentz. Yeah,
without Wentz.
They had a better quarterback.
Well, I mean, now Foles, yeah, I guess. Like, that's a whole different topic. Like, do you trade Wentz and stuff? We could talk about that after. Yeah, I have a rematch of Super Bowl 49, Pats, Seahawks. Because why not? Because why not?
That's no fun.
Why not?
I mean, the
They're not
Seahawks
give it
part's
to
fun.
Chris Carson on the goal line.
Yeah. You're going to bring Marshawn Lynch in for guest commentary from the sideline. All right, guys.
Dude, Pat McAfee's calling the Super Bowl. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Who do you guys having winning the Super Bowl? Your guys' Super Bowl is so boring.
Yeah.
It's one versus one.
But it's also real likely the way they're playing, man.
I will almost guarantee
I had Houston.
Houston
ain't the one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Mauro, you're so shocked. I would almost guarantee that both 1 seeds won't make the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I think
when does it really ever happen?
Last year? Were the Patriots the 1 seed?
Probably.
Yeah, so last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Welp.
Good call, though.
Okay, but
Bold
usually
statement.
Usually it's not.
Yeah.
Likely, like
no, but
there's always a slip up.
Yeah, exactly.
Who do you guys have winning the Super Bowl?
I don't think there's any way Houston can beat New Orleans. Like I've been riding Deshaun Watson throughout the whole thing, but I just think Drew Brees is the better quarterback, and that'll speak wonders. And he's also got a Super Bowl. He's been there. They'll be in a dome, right? It's in Atlanta.
Yep.
It's in Atlanta.
So it's basically like being at home again.
Well, Houston also plays in the dome.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But Brees is just that much better in a dome. So
yep.
I don't see them I just think they're going to walk this whole playoffs. I could look stupid if they lose round 1, but round two, sorry.
But yeah.
Yeah, but I just think I don't see anyone stepping in their way.
Mauro?
I gave this rationale for my unofficial, unreleased episode that after years of mediocrity, that the Chiefs were finally going to get it done, and Patrick Mahomes was going to be the guy to hoist the Vince Lombardi. He's going to host the Lombardi Trophy. He's going to hoist the Vince Lombardi Trophy, and it's going to be Andy Reid's first time with this Kansas City that he's going to have a deep enough playoff run and finally get it done.
I'm going to take the Pats to win the Super Bowl against the Seattle Seahawks.
Original.
Yeah. When have we seen that before?
Nope, never heard of it.
I think we're going to get a Stephon Gilmore interception at the 1 yard line or 2 yard line.
He was looking for Doug Baldwin.
Yeah.
They could have ran it with Carson on the goal line.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Tom Brady wins one more, and I think he's done after this year.
Wow.
He should be at least.
Yeah.
You turned a very unoriginal matchup into like a very good story. I like that.
Exactly. Like, how isn't it? And am I crazy to see that like outcome? It's not like I wouldn't bet on it, but like if you gave me good enough odds, I would. Like,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't put money on the Seahawks going that deep.
Sure, that's the most volatile part of it.
Yeah.
But because of their history, I could see them doing it.
Yeah. How many guys on that team were in the last playoff run?
The mainstays, really.
Yeah. That's...
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shaquem Griffin's going to have a sack of Tom Brady.
The entire secondary is different, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a pretty big part.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the way they were winning games last round or last time they were here.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right, so I had the Pats win the Super Bowl. Brant has
New Orleans.
Mauro has the Chiefs winning. I'm the most original and probably
or
the most
delusional.
likely to be, yeah, exactly, the most likely to be wrong. I just don't want to be like, look, in the perfect world, I see it being a New Orleans Chiefs Super Bowl, but that's no fun. So that's why I have what I have.
Yeah.
Because I could see that happening. What else did you guys want to talk about?
Teams that aren't in the playoffs having issues. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
Antonio Brown. So, I don't really know the full story, but I heard a bit on the radio.
So, basically, it came out that Antonio Brown wasn't going to play because of... He was already questionable because of an injury. But it came out after the game that it wasn't because of his injury. It was because of a personal... an argument that he had with... Was it Big Ben, Mauro?
Yeah, he threw a ball at him in practice, and then I think he ended up skipping multiple practices throughout the week.
Yeah, just didn't say anything.
And then Ben kind of said, "Oh, there's no rift here, whatever." But they did this whole cover up, and then he didn't end up playing.
Yeah. So then it also came out that Juju Smith-Schuster got the team MVP over Ben and Antonio, and they were both apparently upset about it.
I mean,
it's a team award. Who cares?
Obviously, Juju isn't the MVP.
No,
he's more of the guy.
He's the reason they're not in the playoffs right now.
He's the breakout player.
Exactly.
I'm not against them giving it to Juju just because he had a really good year.
Yep.
A. B. Okay, it's good that you give it finally to another kid who's up and coming on the team. If anything, I would have been happy for him just because,
he's young.
It's not Brown, it's not Ben like it has been for the past decade, but you finally give some attention to somebody else, and obviously that didn't sit well with either of them.
Yeah, it's not a league award anyways. Who cares?
No,
man?
Yeah, it was team voted.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but I think with wide receivers, you know them to always be prima donnas.
Yeah.
And you expect that from Antonio Brown. But Big Ben bitching and moaning about it, I mean, what? Why? like you've been such a pain in the ass your whole career. The rape thing, the motorcycle thing. Yeah, the motorcycle.
Alleged rape.
Hey, that's why I said it's a rape thing. He didn't do. It's the thing. There's room for.
We're not sure if it was legit.
Yeah.
No.
Look,
Back to Brown.
Big Ben's always been a little bitch.
Yeah.
So
I'm not surprised. It's not someone you want to have. No, but
Big
like
Ben, a little bitch.
No, apparently Brown, he literally didn't say anything to the team the entire week that he was missing practices. He just didn't show up, didn't contact anyone. And then the day of the game, he had his agent call the team and be like, yeah, he's playing. Didn't even call himself, just got his agent to call in and be like, yeah, he's playing the game. It's like, all right. Way to be a man.
It makes sense why about that all happening because Antonio Brown basically has the Scott Boras of agents in football with Drew Rosenhaus.
Yeah.
So not a complete shocker, but
did he get benched in that last game?
Who?
Brown.
Yeah, that's why he didn't play.
That's why it was a cover-up. They said he was injured, but he just didn't show up to practice, and they said, you're not playing.
Well, no, I think he was also injured, but he could have played.
Apparently not. Apparently, because he said that morning he's ready to go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, Mike Garafolo of NFL Network went on Jay and Dan yesterday, and he's like, if I have a crystal ball, Antonio Brown's not a member of the Steelers next year.
Yeah. He apparently requested a trade, but then Mike Tomlin shut that down.
No, he probably did request a trade.
Yeah.
Ian Rappaport confirmed that he didn't request a trade, but amongst the rift that had gone on, there was talk about it. And
if New England needs a wide receiver, correct?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well,
if you lose Tom Brady, there's no point.
No, obviously. But if Brady stays,
then
and you trade what? A first round pick and a second?
I don't think you give up much.
A lot more.
You think it should be a lot more?
Yeah, but I don't think you need to give up much because you know he doesn't want to be there and the team knows he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah. I think what it would take though is like a Mike Hoffman like trade where a team would have to broker it. Like, be the middleman and trade him right away.
Yeah.
Because why would the Steelers ever trade to the Patriots?
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't make sense to do that, right?
Did you guys see the whole situation with the 49ers? Like, George Kittle hits him up on Twitter, then he's following the account, then he follows like a couple of the players. I mean, does San Francisco actually work, or like is that just something that brought attention to
it doesn't make sense for the Niners because they're not going to give up their first round pick this year. It's the second pick in the draft. Like, why would you ever do that?
Yeah.
But in general, does it make sense? Is there a fit? Absolutely. I don't see how there isn't.
Is there anywhere that doesn't have a fit with Antonio Brown? No.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Even Pittsburgh, it's a great fit, just not personality-wise.
In terms of getting him to go somewhere, like what would it take from a team? What do you guys think?
I think didn't Khalil Mack go for like multiple firsts?
No. Multiple firsts, yeah.
No.
Or no, what's his name?
2 first-round picks, 100%.
Same team, wrong guy.
I thought it was 1 and a 2.
Who's
2
the
firsts.
Who am I? Amari Cooper went for 2 firsts, didn't he?
No, that was 1.
1 first?
Yeah.
Even still, if Amari Cooper's going for a first, Brown's going for more than that.
So the reason I would say no is because Antonio Brown's it is 2 first-round picks for Mac. Yeah. The reason I would say no to Antonio Brown costing that much more is because he's on a superstar level contract. He's on the downside to his career.
Yep.
Still really good. And he's still going to be really good.
But I feel like he's going to need a really, really good quarterback in order to help him maintain this kind of success.
He's had Big Ben, dude.
Yeah, but Big Ben isn't. Big Ben's one of the most overrated quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But Big
Like, he
Ben's
doesn't-
also a guy who's a very pass-heavy quarterback. Like he's known for throwing. Like
there's
has
there's a lot of
Brown
those.
has to go into a system kind of
The
thing.
thing is, like, there's not a lot of teams that Antonio Brown could go outside of like Pittsburgh and put up as good or better numbers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't think that there's like New
Cleveland.
Orleans. That
Baker's
Cleveland would
gonna
be
sling it.
fun.
That'd be fun. Yeah,
and it's Baker to Brown.
Brown and Jarvis
Touchdown.
Landry together.
the double B's. You know,
Ooh.
it's just like before.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. That should be the play.
Well, why would they ever trade him in division? It would have to be.
They wouldn't, but
it would have to be a
that's-
3-teamer.
Don't think of it logically. That's no fun.
I think San Francisco makes sense.
Let
out
me
of the
dream. All
conference.
right.
I don't know. I don't know who else makes sense.
Any team makes sense. It's just who's gonna do it.
Sure.
But
What else do we have?
Um,
Speaking
yeah.
of drama, let's move on to the NBA.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown's best friend athlete, Jimmy Butler, is beefing with the Sixers. Who is surprised here?
man, I'm so sick of Jimmy Butler.
Oh my god.
Like, he's
don't get me
good, but he's
started.
not this good. Like, he's not good enough to be
It's with
fucking
every
telling
single
off every coach you
team.
play for. Like, it's like, give it a rest. Maybe you're the issue. Like,
I think it
How-
wasn't a good fit from the start though. Him in Philadelphia,
No,
but this
there's-
makes it so much more fun for this offseason because if Jimmy Butler is beefing with the Sixers, where the hell does he go? And then the Sixers are worse
Who-
because they got rid of 2 good players.
who's gonna want him?
I want him
Butler?
If you're who?
If you're a coach, why would you want him on your team?
because Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Buckets. And
Yeah,
he's
okay,
born
but
on my
like,
birthday.
But Jimmy
is
Butler
Kawhi-
has also
Kawhi's
gone to
also a free agent.
2 new teams. Yeah.
And Paul George resigned, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's not a free
signed.
agent?
Nope.
Okay. But like, there's who else is a free agent this year? Like, there's a couple of big names in the class, is there not?
DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
So like, there's huge names. Why would you go after
Kawhi,
Jimmy Butler if
KD.
you're Kemba Walker?
Yeah.
Nah.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Do.
But like, either way, there's enough name. Kyrie,
Yep.
he's got a player option, but there's enough names there to be like, why would I want Jimmy Butler? He would be the last option I pick, and I'm not going to pay him a ton of money because look what he's done.
He's on the downside of his career, and he's not on the downside yet, but he's just an older guy, so you worry about it a little.
Yeah, you don't know what he's going to be for the future,
Years 3 and 4.
and he's a hassle.
You know,
Like,
Yep.
if you're not sure of the guy, why would you want him if he's going to be like this?
I got a question actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was the difference in the rift between he had with the 76ers and the one he had when he was on the Timberwolves?
The 76ers are a better team.
Yeah.
No, but like,
can
why
afford
was
it.
he pissed off when he was at the Timberwolves, and why was he pissed off when he was at the 76ers?
Well, I mean, he was pissed off at the Timberwolves because he thought.
He was pissed at Towns and Wiggins, wasn't he?
Yeah.
They weren't trying hard enough, and they were
Exactly.
lazy and this and that, and they just didn't put in the effort he wanted.
Compared to here, where it's like his role.
Yeah. Now he's just like, I want to be the biggest guy, and it's like, dude, make up your mind.
Well, Joel Embiid's the biggest guy, but I think he's
Yeah.
got to be your second option on offense. Did you guys see the play Ben Simmons made to seal the game in against the Clippers?
No.
So basically, I think the Clippers were Sixers were up 4 or 5, and Philadelphia was inbounding it, and Simmons was inbounding, and he throws it off of the guy that was defending the inbound, his back, and then he just took it in for a dunk. I was like, Jesus Christ, what a sick play. I think, look, Ben Simmons should be the second option on that team, but he can't be because he can't shoot. So I think Jimmy Butler should be the second option on that team. I think it's just like, I don't understand why this had to become public so soon. Because, I mean, they're just starting out in their relationship. It doesn't make sense why they have.
I
been
don't
on
understand why he makes
How
it
long
an
has he been on
issue
the
so
team?
soon. Like, why do you got to come up with this now, man? Like, it's
Well, I
been.
mean, look, like, I have no problem with Butler, like, voicing his opinion inside of that locker room. Like, being
Yeah.
like, okay,
You're the new guy.
but we're such a new team. We have to, like, gel at some point. Like, we have to have this conversation at some point, you know? It's just weird. Who leaked it, basically, is what I want to know.
Probably Jimmy.
I don't know.
It's the second time something's got out about him.
Jimmy talks so much that it might not be Jimmy.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's a stupid look for him to do it again. Like, you're gonna be known as this issue now.
Yep.
But oh well. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. The story of this NBA season, I think, has been the emergence of Luka Doncic and just how ridiculous he is. Which is why I want to play a game. Who is better than Luka? What are the guys that you would legitimately take over Luka Doncic in the NBA?
Like, if I'm starting a franchise today, or just like in general?
If you're starting a franchise today.
Do we have to win now or in the future?
In the future.
How far in the future?
I mean, it's both. It's both. Like, you're thinking of starting a franchise. Who would you want over him? Let's start off with the easy ones. LeBron.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Giannis.
Kawhi.
But I think what we have to also take in consideration is he on your team?
Yes.
No, like, I mean, will he stay with you?
Oh, you're looking at contract.
Yeah, a little bit. I guess that's not fair to do.
No.
Okay. So, Kawhi.
KD.
Yep.
Steph?
Yep.
Clay?
No.
No, I wouldn't say Clay. Anthony
Davis.
Clay's better at both ends. He's been
Harden,
horrible this year, though.
I'd say
James Harden for sure. Now it's getting tougher. Like, would you rather have Karl Anthony Towns or Luka Doncic? I think I'd rather have Luka Doncic.
I like Towns, but
I think Towns doesn't play defense.
Yeah. Defense is overrated.
Would you rather have Dame or Luka Doncic?
Dame is sick, dude.
Luka.
Dame is more fun.
Luka.
Yeah, maybe. Meh.
Here, let me.
Meh.
This one's just straight from like an age perspective and like rookie compared to like another young player. Donovan Mitchell.
No,
not even close.
Luka,
yeah,
not even close. So the young one I was gonna say was Jason Tatum or Luka.
I think
it's yeah, exactly. Jokic or Doncic.
I was gonna bring this one up too, actually, because this guy's playing unreal.
Yeah.
Like, they're like third in the league now.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I think I'd take
for
Doncic.
A big man.
I think
for a big man, this guy drops a lot of dimes. Jokic.
He does. He does.
He gets a lot of assists. Like, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Westbrook. You're taking Doncic over him?
Yeah, I am.
Wow.
Westbrook or Doncic?
Westbrook 3 years ago.
I'm going to take Doncic because I just don't like Westbrook.
I don't think it's conducive to winning.
He's a cancer.
Yeah. Kyrie Irving?
I was going to say Kyrie. I'd probably take Kyrie.
I think it's you would take Kyrie because you know what Kyrie is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But could Luka get to that level? I think I think it's possible.
There's potential for him to be better than Kyrie.
I mean, look, Luka should be an All-Star this year, and he's getting voted in right now.
Oh, All-Stars are an issue every sport, dude.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
I think that's all the guys that we really need to bring up against Luka. So Luka is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
DeMar.
There's no.
DeMar against the Raptors.
Oof. Do we talk about that?
I think we could touch on it.
I think we should talk about it.
I think it's a good. I think the what do you call it? San Antonio fans towards Kawhi is pretty interesting. Why do you boo the guy?
Yeah, it's stupid why you boo him like that.
I get if you boo Danny Green and Kawhi, then it's like okay, they're just, but they didn't.
Weren't booing Danny
They didn't.
Green.
That's what I mean. If you do both, if you do both, then I get it. You know, you're just pissed off that they're both gone. Sure, but
the thing was, you'd never boo Danny Green because he never wanted to leave.
No,
I understand booing Kawhi. I just think it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's like move on.
Yeah, exactly.
You've had a great
he
franchise
broke their heart, okay?
For 20 years. You've had a good
Have you ever had your heart broken?
Yeah. Last week when the episode didn't come out.
Yeah. Mauro broke my heart last week. I feel for San Antonio.
Damn.
I contemplated booing Mauro at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel for them. Man. It's stupid. I whatever, boo him, whatnot, but apparently
here, man.
Apparently they were abusing his mom.
Yeah, that was
that's brutal.
Hey, do you see Kawhi's mom in the Raptors jersey? I was like, yes, let's get him to stay. He's staying. He's staying. Man, I'll be so heartbroken if he leaves.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
That's tough. I mean, I still don't really see him staying. I think he's happier now than he was when he got here.
For sure.
But there's so many better options out there. I think this team is really good with him, but it's good because of him.
But what teams are better option than Toronto?
Playing with LeBron is fun.
He doesn't want to play with LeBron.
Doesn't he want to go home though? Weren't the Clippers apparently?
Yeah, but how is the Clippers a better?
The Clippers
option?
aren't any better.
Well, just himself going onto that team.
So yeah, but him himself makes this team good.
So apparently it could be Jimmy Butler. Going with him. I'm like, well, why would you want to play with Jimmy Butler there?
Yeah, I don't want to deal with the whole having to be Jimmy Butler's teammate right now.
And that's the whole
Jimmy
thing.
Butler's
that's the whole thing. Kawhi doesn't want to have to deal with the LeBron circus. Well, why the hell would he want to deal with the Jimmy Butler circus?
No, it's even worse.
Toronto is literally the best place for Kawhi because no one talks about us. No. He doesn't have to deal with any of the bullshit.
Yeah,
it's literally the perfect fit.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be that guy, and it's the perfect spot for him not to be that guy.
Exactly. Because the national media doesn't come in often.
No. They only come in because Kawhi's here.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you guys want to talk NHL now?
We
brought up the All-Star.
Yeah. What a joke that All-Star team is.
On said last week's episode.
Yeah.
We're just going to keep referencing it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's have it.
All right, so we said that we
made All-Star picks. Yeah.
We made the All-Star picks and saw who was going to go to San Jose to play in the All-Star game. So we went through all 31 teams and came up. We also named way too many players.
We did. I was looking, but we also named a lot of forwards. I was looking
that's hard.
But the thing is, we were trying to name 3 defensemen every time, and most teams took 2. Only.
Yeah.
So, which is why I asked the question: is the old format better because you get more All-Stars?
It's better.
120%.
It's better. No, see, it's better to have it's better because you get more All-Stars, but the game sucked. This is so much more fun than it used to be. And there's a reason they made the change.
Is it more fun?
Yes. 3-on-3 is a hell of a lot better. The players try more than they did 5-on-5. It's quicker. You get more goals. It's more entertaining for the fans.
From a scoring perspective, 100% 3-on-3.
Guys try.
I always like the draft.
That's the thing.
That draft did not do well. That draft never did well.
The draft is fun. It's fun.
Yeah, but it was good 1 year, and then after that, nobody ever watched it. And it just fell apart.
I think that they should keep it how it is, but take more players. What the hell?
Yeah, I think you could use 3 more total. Because you don't want to have 7 lines.
You can't take 4D per thing.
Yeah.
And you can't take 9 forwards. Or
9 forwards
8?
and 4D is weird though.
Or 8?
8. You need 8. Yeah, you need 8. 8 forwards 4D because then you get 4 lines of. Yeah. You get 4 lines of 2 forwards 1D.
Like, how doesn't that make sense?
That's a lot of all-stars now, though.
The thing is,
Sure.
with 3-on-3, like, there's not that many whistles, so it's just going to be a lot of constant action. Can you really fit 4 lines of 3-on-3?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Have them
like,
all play, like, meaningful hockey.
the games would have to be longer in order to get enough minutes out of everybody. As much as I hate seeing a bunch of the snubs, I don't think you need to change the current format. I think you need to change the fact that each team needs a player, because it eliminates guys like Jimmy Howard. Actually, I didn't realize Jimmy Howard's numbers were that good.
Yeah, they're not bad. Like, it's not egregious to have him in the All-Star game. But
if you compare him,
Dylan Larkin's the best player on that team, and the only reason that Jimmy Howard's in that game is because
there's too many forwards.
Exactly. So it's a ridiculous stipulation that they have, and there's no reason that it should stay. Like, I understand that you're trying to get viewers from every market to watch the All-Star game.
Yeah.
But come on, like, how perfect can it always be, right? Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have this wonderful All-Star game and not have fans upset with you.
Yeah.
Like, my question is, how can you justify leaving the top point getter among defensemen from the All-Star team?
2 of them.
How does that make any sense?
2 of them, because Gio's not in it either.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. I understand. Like, I don't hate the format now, even with the 1 player per team. I just think that the teams are wrong. Like, Tavares shouldn't be in over Marner.
Okay, but no, neither Matthews shouldn't be in at all. And Matthews said it himself.
See, the captain vote sucked. I'm not happy with that.
But the captain vote is basically, who does fans want to see?
Yeah, exactly.
And fans want to see Matthews, so I can't even blame them for that.
No. But he doesn't deserve to be an all-star over the 3 other guys that should make it.
No, he doesn't.
Like, Braden Point being left off was also a big joke, and they put Stamkos on there instead.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and Yandel, even though Keith Yandel's having a phenomenal year, you can't tell me that Alex Barkov isn't the best guy in the Panthers.
Yandel might be the best. Yandel might be the best guy in the Panthers.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
No,
dude.
Stop talking.
Barkov's not having that great of a year this year. Yandel's been putting up numbers as a defenseman.
Alex Barkov's a better defenseman than Keith Yandel is.
Wrong.
Wow. I'm going to have to side with Brent on that one. I mean, he's probably the most valuable player on the team, but he's not better at defense.
That was a joke.
I know it was a joke. I'm kidding.
Look, there's no way that you can have Yandel in over Barkov,
Yandel on the
regardless
team,
of
100%.
numbers.
This season, Yandel's been better than Barkov.
Who else got snubbed?
He does more for that team.
You're saying that Keith Yandel does more for that team than Alex
Barkov?
This
season, yes.
You're wrong.
Okay.
I don't agree with that. Barkov is...
Have you watched the Panthers?
Yeah.
You've only watched the Panthers when they played the Leafs. Barkov went off against the Leafs in both games.
What doesn't Barkov do?
Nothing. I'm not saying Barkov is bad. I'm just saying Yandel's been better this year, consistently all year long.
Hold on, but
he's
you know
been
it's
one
not
of the
all about points.
That's not the point. He's a good defenseman who also puts up a ton of points.
What points? What's his points?
I'll pull it up, but I have him on my fantasy. He's been killing it.
Yeah.
I have.
He has
each of them. Yeah.
In 39 games, he's got 6 goals, 27 assists for 33 points.
Okay.
As a D-man. He's almost at a point per game raise. Pace.
Alex Barkov has 16 goals and 25 assists.
As a forward. That's expected.
I'm just saying.
That's not.
I'm just saying.
That's not incredible, dude. Like, that's good. That's not incredible. 33 points as a D-man who also plays good D on a shit team. That's pretty good.
Alex Barkov, who plays how many minutes a game? Like 25? It's nuts. The load that he has on him. Play the PK, play the power play, play the most 5-on-5 minutes.
He's just not. Yandel's been their leader all year. Plays a big role.
Wrong.
No, not wrong.
Wrong.
But,
wrong.
Whatever. It happens.
Okay.
Either way, Marner should be in over Tavares. Point should be in over Stamkos. This is where the teams are wrong.
Yeah, let's pull
You
up
can't.
the All-Star roster.
It's tough to. Maybe Barkov's better than Yandel, even if you want to use that argument. But he's probably not better than most of the forwards on that team.
Okay,
Like,
but
Yandel shouldn't even
Who do you put him in over?
be in there based on the fact that Riley's having a tremendous season compared to him.
If you don't have to pull a player from every team, I don't think Yandel or Barkov get in.
no,
That's what I mean.
I'm in agreement there.
But I think Yandel has a better chance to get in against the D-men than Barkov does against the forwards that are
See,
in there
that's
right
where
now.
I disagree. I think Riley should be in. Is Shabbat in?
Yeah.
It
Shabbat's
should
in.
and they only have two defensemen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So why isn't it just Riley Shabbat? Honestly, like
If you don't need to pull one player each, then yes.
that's what it should be.
It should be Riley Shabbat Yandel. Personally, I think Yandel's had an all-star season.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you have two D-men. It's kind of stupid. I should pull it to
all right.
you.
So is that enough of the Atlantic? Because I have
Yeah,
some
yeah.
issues and I have some
There's
issues.
there's issues across the board, and it's
in
a
the
joke.
Central. Okay, we had Heiskanen. You guys had Heiskanen getting
Yeah,
in from
dude.
Dallas.
I don't think Mauro did, but I did.
I still had Sagan. I was like, that's
No, man. He's a bigger name, but it's more fun to have
But
Heiskanen
is that
in
not
it.
what the All-Star game is about?
In theory. But it's more fun to have Heiskanen because he's a rookie, and it's just more fun. Where
Metro.
I have a ton more issues with the Pacific.
Yeah, all right, we'll get to it. Metro.
Who's on
Does
the
Seth
Metro?
Jones deserve to be
How-
an
okay,
All-Star?
No, not over Chris
What other
Letang.
defenseman? Oh,
No.
yeah. for sure, Chris
Especially
Letang.
if Columbus already has Cam Atkinson, there's no way you put Seth Jones in over
Oh
Chris
yeah,
Letang.
that makes no sense.
It's ridiculous. Like I saw Seth Jones, I'm like, oh, he's got to be the only one, and then I saw Cam.
Yeah.
Like that's a fucking joke. Like Chris,
Like, the Penguins only have one player on
Yeah.
that roster.
it's
And
ridiculous.
they're what, second place in the division or no?
They are
Like-
climbing fast.
Like, yeah, if they're not there yet, then give it only a couple.
They
More weeks
are.
before
Yeah,
they're
they're second,
number
and they're
one.
tied for first in their division.
And you're telling me that Washington got 2, deservedly.
Yeah,
Columbus got 2,
not deservedly.
and then okay, Aho is gonna make it, Barzal's gonna make it, Giroux's gonna make it, Hall's gonna make it, and then Lundqvist. I don't know about
sucks.
Lundqvist. That's very iffy, but
That
they had
sucks.
to throw somebody in there.
Yeah, Lundqvist being in is ridiculous.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it couldn't be. If Matt Murray's healthy all year, it's Matt Murray. But
Well, I mean, even when Matt Murray wasn't healthy, he just wasn't good.
no,
If
well, he
you
was
told me
never
Casey-
really
if you told
healthy.
me
He came
Casey
back.
DeSmith, if you told me Casey DeSmith got in over Lundqvist, I'd be like, yeah, DeSmith played well. Well,
He was serviceable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's
Seth
move-
Jones is just not Chris Letang this year, and I think that's an absolute joke.
What's the Letang's numbers?
I can pull them up, but they're good. He also plays really good defense.
Yep.
Let me see here.
Yeah, he made a sick play yesterday.
Yeah,
To get a goal.
he's healthy. When he's healthy, he's one of the best defensemen in the league.
Sure.
But he's never healthy. This year, he's been healthy. He's played 39 games.
Look, Seth Jones' numbers aren't bad. It's 24 points in 33 games.
Yeah. So Chris Letang's
He
got
missed time
30.
early,
He's got
so
36 and
he kinda-
39.
So
they're
it's
close.
It's not dissimilar.
But Letang's played the whole year.
I think Seth Jones is a better defenseman. Like defensively.
On his own
They're
end
about the
of
same.
the ice, 100%. Yeah.
I don't know about 100%, but they're close.
It's not as egregious like looking at it, but like looking at it now.
It's bad, dude. Come on. Like, you're going to tell me that Pittsburgh doesn't have more than one All-Star, but Columbus
But that's
gets
my
two?
point. That's my point. Either way, people are getting shafted.
Yeah,
I don't
shaft
get
Seth
is
Jones,
if-
man. Like, he missed
you're-
10, 12 games.
Well, that was because it was at the start of the year.
He
like,
still
in the
missed it, man. It was in this season. He has less games played than Chris Letang, and he's got less everything else. It's not his year. Sorry. He might be a better defenseman in the future. He's not this year.
Like, my question is, you're the NHL.
Yep.
What are you trying to do when you're trying to sell the All-Star game? You're trying to sell goals. And if you're going to bring Seth Jones over Chris Letang, who A, doesn't have as many points, and B, you're going to have Chris Letang playing with Sidney Crosby, like, would you not want to sell that? Like, I don't get it. Like, where's the rationale? Where's the justification?
I think
there?
Seth Jones is a bigger sell than Letang.
No.
Minority playing hockey. Come on.
French guy playing hockey. More fun. No, Letang's a better skater.
Yeah, like, Letang in the fastest skater is something that we all want to see. Like, at least I do.
Letang's got more tools.
I don't know. I don't really want to see Letang in the fastest skater.
I do. He's the kid can skate.
Fastest skater. Let's look at it right now.
You have to have a D-man.
McDavid?
The forwards, he's not a better skater than any of them, but you have to have D-men in there.
No, you do defenseman and defenseman.
Yeah.
You do Erik Karlsson versus Letang.
Yeah.
I'll pay to watch
Yeah.
that.
I don't want to see
You're not going to tell me Seth Jones is going to beat Erik Karlsson.
I'm surprised that
in
Karlsson
a
got
race.
it. I forgot that Karlsson got it.
I think that's stupid, too.
All right,
but
let's go to the Pacific.
Yeah.
Well, Karlsson was
they
on
have
a
a-
tear.
Yeah, but
They had to.
He's-
It's
no,
they're
you
the
don't
host.
have
They
to,
always
man.
do
They have
three for the
Pavelski
for
and
the
Burns.
host.
And you're leaving out one of the best defensemen in the league this year. The guy that could potentially... Both Norris candidates this year are off the All-Star team.
Letang and Riley.
No, three of them. Gio and Riley have both been two of the best defensemen in the
not
league.
being on.
It's a joke.
That's a little bit of a issue with me.
It's a joke. Like, I get it. You need guys from the home team.
Hold on. Let's be fair. Drew Doughty doesn't deserve to be on.
No.
Drew Doughty.
Karlsson deserves it more than Drew Doughty, and it's not even
Yes,
close.
Fair.
100%.
But neither of them deserve it.
Let's look at Karlsson's numbers.
Carlson deserved to be on the final vote.
Karlsson is 33 points.
I think that's probably a better way
turn
of
that
looking
around.
at it. You should have.
Yeah,
You should have
he's
had
turned it around
Carlson
big time.
voted in.
Carlson should have been on the final vote. Like I
If
get
you
you want to
your
please the
player to be
hometown.
there, make them vote him in.
Yeah, I get you want to please the hometown crowd, but people are going to show up anyways. It's the All-Star game. They're not going to not show up because you didn't invite one of their guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Joke.
just to back Karlsson, I can't see all of it, but like fantasy-wise, he hasn't been a negative
In a while.
since December 10th. Before that, it just doesn't even go back
Yeah.
far enough. Like he was on a streak, and he got suspended for the 2 games, and he's had like 15.6 games. It's nuts. He's a pretty good guy, pretty good player.
He is a good guy. That helps him.
Yeah. It would have been funny if Mike Hoffman got into the All-Star game.
33. Oh, he's played 40 games.
Yeah. It's
I
the
was
same as
thinking
Letang.
like 33.
It's same numbers
Yeah.
as Letang. What was it? He had
No.
34 and 39.
Letang had 36 and 39.
Okay, a couple points off.
Yeah.
It's not egregious.
These are both
It's not
and
egregious.
plus, like these are
I don't think it.
These are both guys, like Giordano and Letang are both guys that have had like significant injury trouble. Like you'd want to at least give them the thing just based on like the merit that they've came back and like they're healthy, they're playing well, like credit them. Like what the heck
Calgary's
is this?
also been one of the better teams in the league in this first half.
Yeah.
And they have one guy. Yet, I
think you have to play to the home crowd. I think that's the
No.
thing. It's always
No.
been
Make
a
them
thing.
earn
you shouldn't have to.
No, but it's
Make them
always
earn
been.
it.
It's always
I
been.
get
a thing.
that it's always been a
It's
thing, but
been
it
a thing
shouldn't
last
matter.
year because Tampa's the best team in the league.
It was like, where was the year before?
Is Karlsson not is the face of defensemen?
Not anymore.
Who is?
No, I'd say Erik Karlsson's still one of
Come
the
on.
biggest names.
He's not even the
among
best
defensemen.
defenseman on his team.
He might not be the best
He's not
defenseman,
even-
but he's still
he's
one of
not
the
even the
biggest
biggest
names
face on
when
his
you think
team.
I
I'd put Burns over him any day in the last 3 years.
would rather have Karlsson.
No.
No. I agree with the fact that he's probably not playing better than Burns right now. But like when you think like best defenseman in the league, like,
I would take
automatically like
Karlsson
people
over
think
Burns.
Erik Karlsson.
Yeah.
No.
Because it's Erik Karlsson.
No.
The guy's won like 2 Norris.
Grant, you're too all in the moment. Like, oh,
Dude.
Kyle Palmieri is better than Jamie Benn.
This year
Like-
he has been.
So, but this year isn't indicative of a career.
The past 3 years, Burns has
Yeah,
been better than
that's-
Carlson.
100%. I'm not going to
Right,
deny
so
that.
how are you
But
gonna
like when
tell
you
me-
think longevity, like when you think like from 5 years ago till now, Erik Karlsson's the name that people think as the best defenseman over Brent Burns,
Okay.
just based on reputation.
Okay.
Does Brent Burns have a Norris?
No.
Does Drew Doughty have a Norris?
Yeah, he's one.
2.
Yep, 2. Moro hit you with that. Moro's spicy.
Okay.
Moro's spicy.
Who has more Norrises in the past? Who's won the last?
Hedman
5
won last year,
Norrises?
didn't he?
Hedman won it last year, deservedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't put him in
Uh,
that conversation though. I'll pull it up, but like
Hedman, Doughty.
it was Hedman, Burns, Doughty, Karlsson.
Oh, Burns does have one. That's what I thought. I was like, I swore Burns did.
Oh, he did win it?
Burns
Yeah.
won it
Wow.
the year before Hedman, and he should have
Yeah.
won it last year.
No, he should not have won it last year.
Come on, dude. He was close last year.
Hedman.
Okay.
Hedman.
100% Hedman.
Hedman.
All right. Burns, Doughty,
Wasn't
Karlsson.
Burns ranked 4th in Norris voting last year? I swear
don't
it was
think so.
Hedman, Subban, Seth Jones.
John Carlson, no? John Carlson led the league. in
Carlson,
points
no, I
last
know
year for
Carlson was up
defensemen.
there.
Yeah.
What was last year? 17, 18?
17, 18.
Mhm.
Hedman, Burns, Doughty, Carlson.
All right, you guys want to pick the last vote guys in?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
Let me look.
I think it's
Uh,
stupid that every team gets a final guy.
Yep.
I think it should just be the best guys remaining.
Yep. So, like, in the East, Bergeron should not be on the ballot. Even though he's had a phenomenal year when
No.
he's played. He missed, like, a month and a half or 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff Skinner should be on the ballot.
That sucks, man. It sucks
like
that he has
if
to be
you
a
can't
snub.
make it this year, you can't make it any year.
No.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
last year, Brent Burns was second in defensive scoring. He was
Yeah.
1 point behind John Carlson.
But like we've said, defensemen have to play 2 ways, right?
And you're going to tell me Brent Burns isn't a better defensive defenseman than Erik Karlsson? Carlson's never been known for defense, man.
Brent, I'm with Brent on this one.
Carlson's
I'm a big
never
fan
been
of
a
Brent
defensive
Burns.
defenseman.
I agree that he's never been a defensive defenseman, but Burns isn't
He
known
can
as a
never-
defensive defenseman either.
No, but he's better at it than Carlson.
I think his size just kind of gives
Yeah,
him that.
exactly. He can
that
throw
edge.
bodies around, and he's a bigger
His
presence
physicality.
in the back end.
Sure. Okay. In the Atlantic, who should get the final vote?
It's
That's
too
tough.
I think
tough.
it's
Don't
Braden.
tell me
I think
otherwise.
Braden Point should get it.
Over Riley?
Yep.
It's either Braden Point over Riley, and I'm going to take Point as well.
Because
I think
defensemen don't matter.
no, but that's not the point. It's
I
Toronto.
hope no, but this is what I hope. Okay, but it's Tampa.
Okay, but Tampa doesn't have the fan base that Toronto has. It doesn't have the media market. It
Tampa's
doesn't have the fan base.
Tampa's leading
It's not
the
the-
division by 12.
Tampa's
It's not the
objectively
point.
the
They're
better
the better
team.
team, and I get that, but they don't have the fan base that Toronto
I
has.
think this
it's a
is what you-
fan vote.
Okay, but the same thing that we're basically arguing with Carlson is the fact that it's in San Jose. It's a fan-driven thing.
You're
So
pleasing
you
the
can't
fans.
have it both ways.
No, because you're pleasing the fans with this
Yeah.
one. The fans are literally running this vote. There's more fans in Toronto that are going to vote for Riley
I'm
than
not
there
sa-
are in
I-
Tampa that are
I'm
going to
not
vote for
saying-
Point.
I'm not saying.
But we're
the
saying
fan-
who we pick based
I'm saying
on
who
merit,
we would
no?
take. Yeah.
Oh, who would we take? Then Jeff Skinner.
I think what we should
Jeff
do.
Skinner, oh my.
No, you're wrong. Get the fuck out of here. What we should hope for is that Shabbat can't play, and that
And then
Riley
we
gets.
sub
No,
Riley.
man, I think we should hope that Keith Yandel can't play
Sure, that would
because
be the most
then
fun.
I
then
hope that
there's
we-
then they could take Riley
Yeah. Well, no, they would
because
have
they've
to
done
take.
they don't once guys get hurt they don't have to.
Oh, really?
They did that last
Okay.
year.
Oh, that's good at least.
Which
That is stupid. What the fuck? That is the stupidest rule. then.
also Yandel's not going to get hurt. The guy's on
No,
like a
but that's the
700
but
game
that's the
Ironman
stupidest
streak.
rule.
Yeah, it's dumb. Well, it's like
If-
you have the representation. It's like, yeah, we had an all-star, yay. But
But you didn't.
No.
Like that's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
what it's literally.
it's a joke. It's a stupid rule.
Give me a second.
Metro.
I don't
You
even
guys
know.
riffed on the Central or another division.
Okay, who's the? I don't have. Do you have the list up?
I got the list up. So we got Metro, Central, or Pacific. You tell me what.
Metro should be Chris Letang. I don't. Who else is battling him in that one?
There's Tavo, there's Foligno, Palmieri, Anders Lee, Zuccarello, Voracek, Letang, Backstrom.
Ooh.
I'd say either Letang or Backstrom,
Yeah.
but like Letang by far though.
Yeah. I think Backstrom has a chance just because Washington's fans are real loyal. But Letang's the best player in that vote.
I would also
Did they
say
sub
because-
anybody in?
No, they didn't sub anyone in for.
Ovi?
Yeah,
Yeah, they did Sid.
but they don't have to, right? If
They
you're
subbed
saying
Sid.
as the captain?
Sid's the new captain.
Oh,
for that
okay.
team.
Is he?
Yeah.
But he's also the representative from.
For Pittsburgh.
Mm.
So they didn't actually get a representative.
So they didn't even get an actual All-Star. That's funny.
Mhm.
Well, no, so they'll get. An
It would have
extra
been
guy.
Sid anyways, but
No, but they'll get an extra guy then. In that saying, no.
no. They got Sid and that was it.
No, but
They'll get
so they-
Letang. They'll get Letang if he gets voted in, but that's it.
Mhm.
That's all they got. Because as soon as before the rosters were announced, they announced that Ovi wasn't going to play and that Sid was going to take his spot.
Who's the defenseman in the Central that's going in the Metro? Seth
It's
Jones.
John Carlson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with Letang. But I mean, this game, we're not watching for defensemen, right? But I
No,
don't
we're
think
watching for the offense.
But I don't
We're watching for
think
the
that
offense.
there's a good enough forward option.
no,
bump
the rest
Letang.
of the Backstrom maybe.
Literally, aside from Backstrom, I'd say Letang is probably better than all these forwards offensively, aside from maybe Voracek.
Mhm. Not even this year. Voracek's on that
But this year, not even.
Voracek
No,
doesn't
not.
deserve it.
No,
He's
not a
so bad
chance.
this year. Oh, that's bad.
Minus 16.
Oh man, fantasy monster at minus 16.
You guys want to move on to the Central?
Yeah,
we can go
Let me pull this up.
Uh,
There it is.
so it's Taves, Landeskog, Sagan, Parise, Forsberg, Tarasenko, Line. I don't believe Landeskog should
on.
be.
I think he deserves it.
I think he's a product
think he'll
of
get it.
being on the best line in hockey.
Yeah, but he's still got the numbers to be there.
Because he's getting
Because
fed
he's
by
playing with Nico
Rantanen. and-
Yeah, no, I get it. But who else on that list?
Philip Forsberg, if he wasn't
If
injured,
Phil-
would probably have good enough numbers.
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
be
He
worthy.
would be, but he
But
doesn't
he doesn't.
deserve it.
Vlad doesn't.
I would say
Line
Line.
maybe.
I think Line you'd vote in.
I think Line has to get in based on the fact that Tavares got in.
Yep.
And like it's the
They
goal
need
scoring.
Line A there, so that way they can have somebody for
It'd be
Hard
Curtis
shot.
Shaw.
Yeah, but it's not their choice, right? It's fans' choice. I think based on the markets, like there's a strong chance it'd be Forsberg. I think because I think Nashville's got the bigger fan
Nashville's
base than the
always
rest
had
of
a
them.
big-
It wouldn't be
fan
egregious
turnout.
if Taves got in.
He's had a
He
very
had a
good
hot
season
start. I don't
relative
think
to
he's
his
been
other-
great since, has he?
He's got 38 points in 43 games.
Yeah. Ooh.
Or 37.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I
37.
guess there's what's Landeskog?
It's better. It's
Yeah.
47 and 42.
Ooh. Not bad for the third best player on his team, eh?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't know. I think Landy's numbers are the best on the list. Line A probably deserves a spot.
Line A, based on a name perspective,
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
No
defense on that list, eh?
Landeskog has more goals than Line.
No defense on the Central list. So they're going with 2 D-men,
Yep.
which will be fun because they'll have a third line of 3 forwards.
Like if PK was healthy, he would go, but he's not.
He hasn't been, yeah.
They should have put Tyson Berry on that list.
No, they
Over
shouldn't.
Landeskog, man, no.
No.
There isn't a D-man on any
Well,
of
I mean,
these teams.
just for the sake of having a defenseman on the list.
No, but you're not
There's
going to.
nobody.
You don't-
It
you don't
doesn't make
care.
sense to me.
Like, what's his name?
Pacific. Pacific.
Klingberg
Getzlaf-
probably would have been there too.
Pacific. Getzlaf, OEL, Giordano,
Pacific.
Draisaitl,
Gio.
Kopitar,
Oh,
Couture.
Gio and
Besser.
Draisaitl should both already be.
That's what I'm.
Gio and Draisaitl
Gio and
should-
Draisaitl. Draisaitl's numbers is nuts.
Hmm. They should both
It's
be in.
51 in 40 games.
I think Draisaitl might get it
close.
over Gio.
But both of them deserved it.
Yeah.
That's what's
Edmonton fans
the
are
big
stupid,
shaft of all this.
and that's
Draisaitl's over a point per game. Gio's a point under a point per game.
And for a defenseman, that's unreal
Mm-hmm.
because that's basically a 100-point season,
For sure.
or just shy of.
that sucks. I I think it's a joke that there's so many Norris candidates sitting outside of the All-Star.
It's a fun year for awards because like it could go to so many different people.
Oh, there's so many guys that could win it, but none of them are in the All-Star game.
Yep.
Stupid. I think Gio's probably the most deserving out of the Pacific list, but I think Draisaitl gets in.
I think Draisaitl's the most deserving one. But I would be cool with Gio getting in.
You gotta look. Gio's
they already have
leading
three
a team
defensemen going.
Yeah, that's fair. But two of them are Carlson and Burns, who are both forwards.
Yeah.
Essentially.
The fourth forward in the end.
Yeah, so.
But no defense is getting played.
No.
Which is why you want guys like them.
Yeah, Burns was a forward previously, so I mean.
Yeah.
Edmonton sucks. So I think that's where Gio gets the advantage. Is like he's leading a team that is currently, where are the standings here? They are first in the Pacific, tied for first in the Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
And Edmonton is not. They're 13 points back.
Mets acquired Keon Broxton.
Ooh.
Interesting.
The Mets are all over the map.
Yep.
They don't really know what they're doing. Speaking of baseball, are we getting to baseball? Probably not, eh? We don't have anything on the list.
If you want to, let's do it.
Do
you want to finish hockey?
I don't have much to say about baseball. I just want to rant real quick, and then do you hear Bryce is like 70% going back to the Nats?
And I think that's the best fit.
Yeah.
It'd be the 1-2 combination of him and Juan Soto is fun.
Oh, it's
and
great.
I think it makes sense. What are they doing at second base? Or because is Rendon playing second, or is he?
I think they're planning on bringing Rendon to second. But who's going to play third?
I don't know.
I don't know if they didn't they have someone there. They had the hell's that guy's name?
An outfield of Robles, Soto, and Harper.
Yeah,
that's disgusting for the now and the future.
Yeah,
well, mostly the future, but
yeah, it's disgusting now.
Yeah, Soto.
If he's what he was last year, if he continues to be that, then it's disgusting now. Who the hell?
I think it just makes sense. I don't like the fit with the Cubs. I don't like
the Phillies would be okay.
I like the fit of the Phillies, but I think Washington's a better fit.
Yeah. I don't understand the White Sox. I don't know why they're in. I get why they're in on it, but there's no fit there.
It'd be like if the Blue Jays were in on him.
Yeah. He's a great fit in a lot of places, but I just don't really understand that one.
I also think that if he goes anywhere else but Washington, it's going to be a bad contract.
Mm-hmm. You also have Michael A. Taylor and Adam Eaton in that outfield.
Adam Eaton, I think, is getting moved.
He should be. He sucks.
Except
Wilmer Defoe was the second baseman last year. That's what I was thinking.
Yikes.
Yeah. He was okay. He was serviceable. He was like having any of the Jays' second baseman in there.
Yeah.
Howie Kendrick's still there. He was hurt last year. He had a good year the year before.
Yeah, I know.
Sucked last year.
Okay, back to hockey.
Yeah, sorry. Just wanted to talk about Bryce for a second. That's ridiculous, though. A month ago, it was he's not coming back.
Exactly.
And now there's a strong chance he does come back.
Now they're pushed it over 300 million.
Yeah.
Freddie the Goat is better than Connor McDavid.
That was changed. It was funny. Originally, the statement said Nikita Kucherov is better than Connor McDavid.
Yeah. Freddie the Goat.
It's probably not an actual viable statement that you could base an argument on, but...
what do you mean?
Have you seen the way he's been playing? He's been playing lights out.
Kucherov has more points. That is a viable 100%.
Statement. Mikko Rantanen has more points.
He has more points, but is he objectively a better player than Kucherov? I brought this up as a joke with some people.
No.
Is there any sort of case you
Kucherov's
can
on
make?
Tampa Bay. There's 14 All-Stars around him. They could make an All-Star team around him.
Kucherov,
he reinvigorated Stamkos' career. B, he made Braden Point what he is.
Say. He made Braden Point into a franchise player.
Who does he play on a line with?
It's Point,
Tyler
and
Johnson. And Braden
That's
Point.
why I literally
And
picked up
not
Tyler
Kucherov?
Johnson. No, it's Tyler Johnson, Kucherov, and Braden
And
Point.
It's the new triplets line.
It's sick.
Uh.
Which is why I picked up Tyler Johnson, because anything they do, I'm getting points for.
Like, the guy is on a 7-game streak of hitting multiple points. So he's got 2 points in 7 consecutive games.
Because he's playing with Braden Point.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly why. But you're telling me that, I don't know if this is the record, but Mario Lemieux hit like 12 points of hitting multiple points in the same streak. So 12, let's assume 12 is the record.
Yeah.
He's at 7 in 2019.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but 2019's been a huge year for scoring.
But I mean,
Relative to two, it was
you got to consider
1993 when Lemieux did it.
You got
There's
to
like,
consider that time period.
yeah.
And scoring was way more compared to now.
I'd like to see the numbers.
Scoring's up relative to like 1 or 2 years ago, but like still 7 games in a row where you're getting multiple points, like
Not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
and like this happens like every year where Kucherov is leading the points race. He's at the top right around the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're telling me that I don't think there's an actual case for it, but like he's right up there with McDavid. Like he's definitely like a top 3 player.
I think it's like McDavid is in tier 1, and then
Yeah.
in the next, what's that?
I ordered these 2 pucks on Boxing Day. One of them's this one's a Daryl Sittler signed puck, and then this one's Wendell Clark.
All right, you
Yeah.
old shit. That's never
And then
seen either of them play.
I went new too. I went
Oh, yeah?
new school because I got Nate McKinnon.
Oh wow, how much were
They're
those?
sick.
Wow.
So they're regular 150,
Uh-huh.
and on Boxing Day, Frameworth had this like, I don't really know what to call it, but it was like a time deal thing, and every half an hour there'd be a section of stuff that went down. So those were regular, like the McKinnon was 100, the other 2 were like 150. They were all down to like $30.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so
But how do you feel that like some kid just sharpied in like Nate McKinnon's?
they have the good old signature.
Wow,
The
that's
thingy
cool.
was signed by so and so. So
Wow,
not bad.
cool.
Yeah.
Look, I think it's McDavid in tier 1, and then in tier 2 it's Kucherov. Who else is on that tier? Man.
Well, obviously like
Rantanen.
Sid's still there.
Rantanen.
Matthews, I'd say, is probably the end of tier 2.
Who'd
just because like
you say in tier 1? I missed that.
McDavid.
just
alone.
McDavid.
Alone? Okay.
Yep.
Did you say McKinnon?
I'm gonna
in
put
tier
Kucherov in there.
Huh?
2? Did you
I'm
say?
gonna throw Kucherov in tier 1.
Did you say McKinnon in tier 2?
McKinnon's in tier 2.
Yeah.
Rantanen's on the border.
Yeah.
I'd say
If Rantanen does this
in year
again
3.
next
If he
year,
does it next
Yeah,
year,
then
he's tier 2.
Then he might be tier 1.
Marner's on the border. I think he's tier 3, but he's on the border of tier 2.
Yeah. He's further away than Rantanen, I'd say.
Yep.
So there's nobody on McDavid's level.
Like
Kucherov's not close enough.
sit on
could
both
be-
ends of the ice, but offensively, no.
Uh-huh.
Sid is head over heels a better defender than McDavid.
I think it's pretty close.
No. McDavid's not that great defensively, man.
Plays
He
on the
should-
It'll
PK.
take time. It'll take time with McDavid.
He's on the
what,
PK 'cause he's fast as
21,
shit.
22?
He gets the
Well-
pucks quicker than anyone on the ice.
That's part of defending.
Yeah, but he doesn't do it. He should be better at defense, but he's not.
It's hard when you have a shitty defense.
Yeah, the
Oh,
team
another
around.
quick
I'd like
stat
to
on
see him on a
Kucherov.
decent team just to see what he actually can be.
Yeah.
Nikita Kucherov was the first out of the 2014 draft class to hit 400 points.
Can I do a little bit of a rant?
Yeah, you can try.
Go for it.
All right. Edmonton, what's up?
Oh, I forgot we didn't actually get to talk about
bitching
this.
about your goddamn team and Leon Draisaitl. It's not Leon Draisaitl's fault that your team is shit. It's
Yeah.
all the other contract. Like everyone complains, Leon Draisaitl shouldn't get $8.5 million. Well,
We
you know
shouldn't.
what? He puts up 55 points in 40 something games. That's fine. You're over a point per game guy.
He's putting
That's-
up. He's
Okay,
putting
but-
up. He hasn't put up.
But
He,
you look at a guy like Tarasenko that's getting paid 7 point something million, And who would you rather have?
The tools are there for
$1
Vlad,
more.
though. The tools are there for Vlad. The tools aren't there for Leon.
The tools are there for Vlad. But
they're not
he
there for
can't
Leon.
Do... What do you mean?
Leon's a good hockey player, but he doesn't have like the tools that Vlad has. Like he doesn't have the hands. His shot's good. It's not great. It's kind of like
the reason that Edmonton Oilers fans they should stop complaining about that Leon Draisaitl contract is what I'm saying. The reason that you're not good is because you have bad contracts like Chris Russell.
There's bad contracts on down the thing.
Who else?
Name me a good contract on that team. McDavid
for $12 million.
That's outside of that.
Darnell is fine on a bridge. For
I'm gonna run through a couple of these actually.
Yeah, what's the goalie they brought in?
Oh,
they brought in Talbot and they got
Koskinen. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got McDavid 12.5, Leon at 8.5, Milan Lucic at 6. What a great contract. RNH at 6.
Yeah, that's not a good contract.
That's kind of steep.
Okay, but just like
steep,
it's not
though.
bad.
He's your second line center, is he not?
Okay, but you're looking at Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at 6, and then you're looking at Goudreau in 6, Ehlers in 6 region.
Ehlers has been horrible.
Nylander just got 6.9.
Ehlers has been horrible. Nylander's a winger.
Okay, but relatively speaking, like, who would you rather have, him or RNH? I'd still have Ehlers.
No. I'd take RNH over Ehlers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like his speed. He's a good centerman.
I'm going with Ehlers.
Again, Nugent Hopkins has never played with anyone. This year he put him with McDavid for a bit, wasn't it? But outside of that, he's been on a line of like trash. So give him someone to play with.
We got Ryan Spooner at 3.1.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, then it all kind of drops below
that,
2
though,
million. They got like Toby Reeder and like Zach Cassian at like 2 and 1.95. 4.1 for Adam Larson, 3.2 for Darnell Nurse, 2.25 for Brandon Manning for the next 2 years, and then Petrovic at 1.95.
And
then
we didn't get to talk
Talbot,
about
who's actually a UFA.
We didn't get to talk about the Brandon Manning deal, eh? Because that was in the last one.
Kajula.
Yeah. The Kajula one, whatever. Like, but Brandon Manning coming to Edmonton to play with Connor McDavid is hilarious.
Yeah, after he injured him and stuff.
After McDavid called him the most classless player in the league at one point. It's hilarious.
Funny.
What was going on in Peter Chiarelli's head when that happened?
No idea.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to acquire Brandon Manning. Like, what was the goal?
What's ever going on in Peter Chiarelli's head, man? When has he ever done something you're like, all right, yeah, good move?
Look, they've got to move on.
Yeah. But that's a no-brainer.
It's just like, give them all your money. That's all you had to do.
Here's the check. You write what you
exactly.
Want. What else? Do we have anything else with hockey? Oh, the Pens are a wagon.
Yeah, they're good.
Matt Murray is back.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost in, 7 of 8 or something? Or 7 straight.
Yeah, because he's healthy again.
2 shutouts in his last,
Yeah, he's good. He came back healthy. He's staying healthy again, which is knock on wood, but which is great.
Is he back on the tier of John Gibson? Because I would say John Gibson was a tier below Matt Murray, but then he surpassed him after Murray's
after Murray didn't play all year.
Murray's always been streaky. Murray's always been really, really streaky. But when he's on his game, he's a goalie who'll win you a Stanley Cup.
Exactly.
There's no doubt about it.
John Gibson made.
He's got that level of potential. It's just he can't find it consistently.
John Gibson made 39 saves last night, and they still lost.
Jesus. What was the score?
That poor guy. I don't know. I just saw the hit. Was it 3-2?
Jesus.
It was 3-2 Vegas. And mind you, one of the goals was a joke because he made the save and then he played the puck.
Yeah.
And it was a delayed penalty for the Ducks. So him playing the puck was supposed to get a whistle. They didn't blow it, and then they ended up scoring on the extra man, 6-on-5. They were all pissed.
Dude. I want to see he's definitely faced the most shots, right?
Hey, this guy just committed to Alabama.
In the league?
Let's go.
Yeah. Shots against.
Shot leaders among goalie, it might be Frederick or Craig Anderson up there.
It's like Freddie's been
Oh,
there
it's
for a while.
Gibson. It's Gibson because of this last start. So Gibson's at 1,114. Craig Anderson's at 1095.
Craig
and
Anderson's
then,
up there.
Flowers at 1056.
Is John Gibson the Hart Trophy winner this year? If the Ducks make the playoffs?
When was the last time goalie won it?
Carey Price.
When he had like that unreal year. No, they're gonna give it to the Art Ross winner this year.
Do you think? I just think there's so many good scorers.
Unless it's Kucherov. They're not gonna give Kucherov the Hart if he wins because he's
Well,
Russian.
I don't think you give it to Kucherov because you have Point, Stamkos, Hedman, like that whole lineup. It's tough to give it to McKinnon or Rantanen because they have McKinnon and Rantanen. John Gibson has nothing. If you want to talk about the most valuable player on a team, that guy is going to single-handedly carry the Ducks into a playoff spot.
Fair.
I don't know if he's going to get the top
McDavid's always going to be in.
McDavid's
always going to be in the
pull
running.
that back up. They're sitting 4th in the Pacific, which I think puts them in a playoff spot. 48. Yeah, so they have the second wild card spot right now.
Where's San Jose?
San Jose is 3rd in the Pacific.
Oh.
6 points ahead of Anaheim.
Who else is in the wild card race?
Vancouver. Edmonton's 4 back. Where's that other side? Minnesota, technically, and Colorado. Oh, speaking of non-wagons, Colorado's been horrible. Horrible.
It has to coincide with Varlamov struggling.
Varlamov went down. So they've lost, before last night's win, they had lost 10 of 12.
Yeah, and it was 6 in a row.
6 in a row. Did you see the teams they played in those 6 in a row?
I'm going to read it out right now. San Jose, LA Kings, Chicago, Vegas, Arizona, and Chicago again.
San Jose, fine, whatever. Wow. San Jose, good team. LA sucks, bottom of the barrel. Chicago sucks, bottom of the barrel. Vegas, good team. They're sitting in 1st. Arizona, bottom of the barrel. Chicago, again, bottom of the barrel. They beat Montreal, which is like, yeah, you should beat Montreal. Then they lost to the Islanders, which is like, meh. Dallas, they win. St. Louis, bottom of the barrel. They lose again. Edmonton, suck. Lose again. And then Tampa, they lose, whatever. But like, man, they're losing to bad teams. They're winning games.
They gave up 6 goals against Arizona. Like, Arizona doesn't score.
No. That's just... They lost 5-4 to San Jose is fine. 6-4 to Arizona is terrible. 4-1 to the Islanders is a leap score, so whatever. It's just 4-3 to St. Louis is horrible. You're giving up 4 goals to a team that can't score. That's just... I don't get it. Like, I know they're a one-line team and there's not much around it, but how do you go from so good to that bad just like that?
Yeah, I think it's because you're so reliant on one line.
Yeah.
Like, if you compare them to Boston at least has a competent back end.
Fair.
And even though Tuukka Rask sucks this year, in the past they've always had a goalie, and this year Yaroslav Halak has been
good.
Exactly. So either way, they've had a goalie.
But the top line of Colorado is better than the top line of Boston. Not on both ends of the ice. Offensively, like, how are you going to argue against it?
No, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of skewed this year, though, just because they've all kind of been injured. But there are definitely, like, 1A and 1B in terms of the best lines in hockey. Like,
I think they
Colorado
both bring you something
1A.
different because, like, the Boston line is really good on the back end of the ice. But the Colorado line is incredible in the offensive zone.
Yeah.
But it's tough.
We want to move to World Juniors.
Yeah. we can touch on
I'll start off by issuing an apology to all of Canada for being the reason that we were eliminated in the quarterfinals because of my inability to save my Audacity file project and leading to Maxime Comtois and his separated shoulder not scoring that penalty shot.
Yeah, they would have heard it,
But, I
and
mean,
then they
the
would have been
reason-
motivated by our criticism of them last week.
Man, it's a good thing we didn't release that because I said Russia was going to get slapped.
Yikes.
So, but I also said Switzerland was going to win a playoff game, and they did against Sweden, which is nuts.
So who's left in the tournament? Swiss.
No, they're Switzerland
just
lost last
lost.
night
Oh,
to
did they?
Finland, so it's Finland USA in the final.
It's USA versus Finland, right?
Yeah.
Go USA.
So I mean,
Switzerland didn't even
like,
show
the
up.
thing
to
I
that
wanted
game.
to
Is
bring
Jack
up.
Hughes playing now, or is he still
Yeah,
out?
I don't know. He's been back since the
Yeah.
quarters.
Okay.
The thing I wanted to bring up about the tournament is that, like, okay, for Canada, like, to lose, yeah, it sucks, and we're all probably, like, pissed off about it. Like, we all saw what happened with the broken stick, the missed penalty
what a
shot,
shit
the unlucky
luck, man.
bounce, and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
but, like, from, like, a grand perspective, like, tournament perspective, like, it's objectively a better tournament. Like, the parity is, like, far beyond what it used to be. Like, I was just looking it up right now as you guys were talking baseball. Canada made it to like 10 straight finals back from the stretch of 2002 to 2011 with like only Russia, Sweden, and USA.
Yeah. I think
meeting
this
them
is
there.
only the second time that they're not competing for a medal or something like that, isn't it? Second or third, I think it is. I could be wrong, but I heard something like
So
that.
this year we got 2019, 2016, 2014, and 2013. So this would have been the fourth.
But they competed for a medal in the other ones. They just lost in the bronze medal game.
Yes.
I think it's the third time since the start of the tournament that they've not been competing for any sort of medal, which is crazy. But it's great to see.
It's great to see, like, because, you know, teams like Finland, like, they've won 2 out of the last, this will be the 6th year. So, like, Finland's always been good. They've had guys like Ristolainen that 1 year where I believe he was the one that scored the overtime winner. Like, Sweden, when they had, like, Zibanejad on that year in 2012, like, he went off with, like, Jacob Delarose was on that team.
Sweden's a
Like-
wagon for, what do you call it? Round robin
For
play. but
prospects?
But they none of them were ever very good in the
kinda
playoff
choke.
rounds.
I mean,
No, they have
they've
great,
won
they
one-
can
like, even
develop
just
go
great
look at their
players,
numbers.
But it doesn't. They can develop great players. It just doesn't adequate to winning.
No. Well, have
Yeah.
you seen the stats on them in the World Juniors?
What
like, they've won,
They're 48-0 in round robin play.
in round
Yeah.
robin, and then
and
you
then
said the stat
11
on
and
the-
17 in the
Yeah.
in the playoff rounds. It's nuts.
It's
Like even worse now. They lost in the first round to this is like the second time they've ever lost in
Swiss.
the quarters. But like they can't win when it comes down to it. It sucks.
Do you think it's just that these teams are significantly overrated, or that these other teams like the Czech, the Slovaks, the Finns, the Swiss, like, they're actually just like that good that they're just not getting the right kind
I
of
think
look
Switzerland
from
just
the media?
needed everything to come together for them. Like they looked good in all of their round robin games, and they had a chance to win every
Like,
one of them.
Their best players were who? Eggenberger and Puustinen?
Kurashev, dude.
Oh,
Kurashev was
sorry.
disgusting.
Kurashev and then
Eggenberger,
Eggenberger
yeah.
were like their 2 best
Yeah.
players. So, like, this is a team that they lost to U.S. What was it? I don't know the score, but like they shut out
Who's
Sweden
that?
2-0.
They did, Switzerland didn't play the U.S. They played Canada and lost 3-2. They played Russia and were in it until the very last few minutes. And then they beat
No, but in the quarters they lost to
in the semis. They lost to Finland 6-1.
Oh damn!
Yeah, it wasn't even close. They were down 4-0 in the first.
Well, never mind.
Yeah. That's just it. They
I
were so
mean,
streaky
still,
the whole
like-
tournament. It's like there's times when they look like the best team in the tournament, and there's times where they look like they shouldn't even be there. But
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like it's kind of come away from like the whole deal. Like, I understand like Kazakhstan and Denmark both went like 0-3.
Kazakhstan shut out
whatever it was.
Denmark last night though, so they're moving on to next year's again.
That's good. But I mean, like, it had always been like
Nice.
that big gap between like Canada, Russia, Sweden, and USA, and then everybody else kind of just fell on their on their ass or on their face whenever they played them. So I mean, like, it's really come together for the tournament. I guess outreach amongst for hockey, like, worldwide, is just getting that much better, or I don't know, like, what else to to equate it to.
Well, it's you can see it even in the NHL drafts, right? When's the last time a Canadian went number one?
McDavid.
McDavid.
It was it, right? Since then, it's been all over the map.
Well,
like it
last
was,
year was-
Matthews, Darlene was in there.
Dahlin from Sweden, Heischer from Switzerland.
It's McDavid, and then it's Ekblad.
Yeah.
McDavid,
So like there was a few
Ekblad,
years where they were
McKinnon.
big, but like since that McDavid draft, there's not even very many in the top 3 or 4.
No, it's like Marner. and the
Yeah,
McDavid
that one.
draft.
Yeah, that draft was big, and then Matthews was like Matthews and Line
Matthews, Line A, Heiskanen.
Yeah. and then
That's 2 Finns in the top
yeah, just
3.
No,
like,
Heiskanen wasn't that draft. Heiskanen wasn't that draft. It was
where's the? I'll pull it up.
Heiskanen was in the Heischer
Dubois?
draft. It was
Was it Dubois
yeah,
then?
Dubois,
Yeah,
Puljujärvi, Julevi.
that's right.
Kachuk.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so there was still 2 Finns in the top 5.
Yeah,
for
even
the-
still,
the
there's
Matthews
one
draft.
Canadian as opposed to like 3, right?
Yep.
I don't know if that speaks
think
to
overall-
Canada's development or the rest of the world just kind of getting into the game.
I think it's the rest of the world
yeah.
getting into the game, and also like the U.S. is becoming, they're developing more and more
Their
players
develop
because
their
there's
development
more
program's getting
people.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're well
Mhm.
because you're getting stars like Matthews, who's an American and he's performing. You get Eichel, who's American performing.
And then you get like the secondary stars, the Kachucks,
yeah,
that are
that are
there
fun.
also.
Kachuk's
Exactly.
Kachuk's fun to watch because he
Yeah.
just bashes, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
He's a prick, and Chuck's nuts.
yeah. So both Kachucks,
Yep.
both of them,
Both.
both of
Both.
them. Yeah, it's cool to see now, kind of having a little competition worldwide, and it's the game. You can see the game getting bigger around the world, which is it's good, right? Hockey's still the 4th of the majors, right? Like it's below pretty much everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's good to see it on its way up.
For sure. And I mean, part of it is us being salty that Canada's out and saying, "Oh, it's good for the game," but I mean,
Yeah,
it's a bit of both.
I didn't give Canada much of a chance this year, but
The funny thing that I heard was like, it sucks for Canada in the moment, but like the next day it's like on to the next thing. Like I'm not heartbroken over it.
I doubt
Are
it.
you?
Me? No. Them?
Exactly. That's what I.
They're still
sorry. What I mean is like
For us,
fans.
yeah,
Fans.
yeah,
Like
no.
it's like,
There's-
it sucks
there's
today.
bigger
Who
things
gives
at
a
hand.
shit? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like next year. It's
Yeah.
not like it's the Olympics and it's every 4 years.
No.
At the end of the day, that's you bring up the Olympics. Is there any team that's anywhere close to Canada yet, or is it the gap still that big?
I think the U.S. is getting there.
I think
the US is
Sweden's getting there. Again, I don't know if Sweden has the ability to pull it off. Russia won the last one, but like, there's no NHL talent in it.
Mm-hmm.
Finland's getting some names. Like, I think it's getting closer than it's ever been, but Canada's still the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Like, you get some of the best players in the
McDavid,
world are
Crosby.
Canadian. Right? McKinnon,
Yep.
Stamkos.
They have like more centers
Braden Point.
than
Yeah.
you could imagine.
Yeah, they're just most of their teams are all centers. Even you got Brent Burns on the back end. Like,
Riley,
they're-
Shabbat,
Yeah,
Shifley. is
Scheifele.
center.
Scheifele. They're good.
We should do a team teams.
Should take a look at national teams one day. They're
Yeah.
kind of fun. I've seen a bunch of them recently. People are posting
Yeah,
about it.
people are doing that.
It's fun.
But the U.S. is fun.
Yo, man, the U.S. is
The
gonna
US
be
is
good
looking
within the
really
The
next
good.
U.S. is going to be
5 years.
disgusting. Eichel, Matthews.
Yeah. The Tkachuk brothers.
Yep.
Tkachuk brothers.
Gaudreau, Kachuk,
Gaudreau.
Seth Jones,
Yeah, their back end would be good. John Carlson's John
Mhm.
Carlson Canadian or American?
No, he's
Carlson.
American.
Yeah.
American. He scored the gold medal goal against Canada in
Did he?
overtime. Back in the
Oh,
World
was
Juniors,
he?
yeah,
Was
I
that
remember.
him? That like
That was
he
John
was like
Carlson.
looking off the goalie and then just fucking
It was
turned and
08.
ripped it.
It was 2010, I believe.
Yeah, I think I remember
That
that.
might be
That's
it.
they came. Is that when they came in the 2-1? Yeah,
Yep.
that was sick. I didn't know that was Carlson. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna confirm it. I could
Yeah.
be wrong. I mean, but go ahead, guys. Continue.
Ryan Poehling was fun. Did you guys watch that Sweden game? We went over this in the unreleased one. You catch the highlights of that yet?
Nope.
Either of you? No. The
I'm sure Mauro did.
Ryan Poehling just put the team on his back,
Yeah.
scored 4 goals to tie it against Sweden. Like, it was one of the more exciting World Junior games you'll ever see.
Oh yeah, it was like 4-0, and then all of a sudden the guy goes off
with like 6 minutes left in the game. Throws in 4, 2 of them within the last 44 seconds. I was like, huh. And then they lose because Sweden was a wagon at the time. Do we got anything else on the juniors?
Nope. I'm tuckered out.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about college football?
I can do
There's not much.
A quick thing.
Yeah.
Monday it's going to be Bama Clemson round 4.
Again.
And they've always been good games except for last year's semifinal, but even that was a closer game than the score shows. It should be another classic. Bama's a 5.5 point favorite. They've anywhere from like 6.5 to 3.5 points. I think legitimately either team could win. I think ESPN Football Power Index projected Alabama as a 51.5% chance, and then Clemson 48.95. So it's going to be really close regardless. And it should be another classic. I think we're going to have 2 offenses. It all depends on Tua's health and if is what he is. And it should be another classic, and it's going to be a fun one.
It's on Monday, right?
Yep.
Good
Monday,
day to pick.
prime time.
Good day to pick. Don't do the Saturday, Sunday because it's
don't get
NFL.
against the NFL.
No.
You get more time, more rest.
Yeah.
I can confirm John Carlson played on the 2010 World Junior team for USA. Assistant captain, scored the 6-5.
He did score that one. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's a good goal.
Do you want to hear the HockeyWriters.com projected 2022 Canada Olympic team?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Let's have it.
McKinnon, McDavid, Sagan, Crosby, Scheifele, Stamkos, Tavares.
Stamkos might get cut.
Tavares, Barzal, Hall.
How did we go through that whole thing and none of us mentioned Tavares?
Taves, Stone, Monahan.
Yeah.
Marner, Couture.
Stone?
Marner on the 4th line. No, it's an extra forward.
Extra, yeah. Riley
Paul Marner's
Doughty,
not going to be happy about that one.
Riley Doughty, Ekblad, Dougie Hamilton, Petrangelo, PK.
Petro might not be the guy by that point.
No, Dumba, Pareko.
Did you even say Burns?
Yeah. No, he didn't. You got to consider in 4 years.
2022. He's 31 right now.
Yeah. Goalie, Matt Murray, Carey Price, Braden Holtby.
You say Carey Price?
Yeah.
No chance.
Yeah.
Matt Murray.
Oh, they did a better one where I think it's all the teams. Let's go that through.
I want to say the U.S. one.
Yeah, the U.S. one I think is the most fun. Okay. First line of Gaudreau, Matthews, Besser.
Mm-hmm.
What the second line sucks. Let me substitute because they goofed. They put Brandon Saad.
Oh my lord!
When was this?
Let's go Matthew Tkachuk, Eichel, Patrick Kane. Third line, they have Anders Lee, Clayton Keller, Vinny Trocheck.
Yeah,
Let's put Brady Tkachuk instead of Anders Lee.
Instead of Vinny.
No, instead of Anders Lee.
No, dude. Anders Lee can score.
Oh, but when I tell you that I mentioned Anders Lee and how good he is.
He can score though. He's not better than Barzal, but he can score.
That's why I said Brady Tkachuk. This is 3 years from now.
Yeah.
Keller's also not a center, so I don't know. Well, Trocheck can play center, so I guess that's fine.
I thought Keller was a centerman.
JT Miller, Dylan Larkin, Chris Kreider, and Galchenyuk and Middlestat as the extras.
Casey Middlestat probably works his way up by that point.
Yeah, I would think so. Defense, Werenski, Seth Jones. Sick.
That's nice you get the pairing.
Ghost, McAvoy.
They got some puck movers, man.
Trouba, Cam Fowler. Hannafin, Falk. And their goalies, Gibson, Hellebuck, Quick.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Jonathan Quick is still there. Wow.
They also left John Carlson out. They left Jack Hughes out.
Oh, yeah.
Kachuk.
Maybe
Gensel.
Quinn Hughes if he gets good.
Yeah.
Doubtful. He wasn't great.
I would think he gets good, though.
He's going to be a good NHL player. I don't think he'd be a national team player, though.
Here's the guys they have aged out. Kessel, Oshie, Pavelski, Parise, Wheeler, Ryan Suter, Bufflin, McDonough.
Wheeler I might put in there.
Yeah.
Because he
Wheeler
seems to
will
be
like 36,
getting better.
but he's ageless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's one last thing that I wanted to say. Wait 1 second. Okay, so Peter King put out, I don't know if you saw this video, that because of Antonio Brown's outbreak, he removed Antonio from his all-pro ballot because of the situation with the Steelers. And he said, I quote, Brown in brackets, wouldn't be among my top 10 or 20 receivers for the season. Are you an idiot?
Come on.
Like,
Yeah, he's a dickhead, but come on. He's still one of the top 3
5.
receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and then
Get outta
Antonio
here.
Brown quote tweeted it and said, "System where you have no leverage." And that tweet is doing wonders. Like, it's got like, he tweeted it 8 hours ago. It's got 15,000 likes and 2,000 retweets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Alabama just landed 2 top 100 players today. Let's go! All right. Is this it for the podcast?
Wrap it up. I
You
think
guys
we're
want to
good.
do one on Tuesday after class? We'll talk about it after. Anyways.
Oh, we might be changing, eh? If
We'll see.
There's we'll discuss it, but
We'll come back with a podcast sometime next week. Thanks for listening, everyone. And we'll see you next time. Peace.